get myself up there. There we go. Let me put myself on the screen. Oh, that's not working. Hang on. I wanted to use my camera. Let me see, add my cam. Let's see. See, is it going to let me do it? Here we go. Oh, wait, let me go down here. Let's see. Hold on. Show on stream. All right. And hi, everyone. Give me just a minute. I'm trying to flip between cameras and all sorts of stuff. So bear with me because you know, with me and technology on screen, I'm trying to get up to where my guest is so that I can, there we go, hide this one. Okay. All right. Let me, hang on a second, you guys. I'm on screen, but I want to mute this one. There we go. All right, hang on a minute. I'm going to I'm going to delete, hang on a second. I'm going to put myself back on. Hang on. I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to delete. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm leaving the screen. All right, there we go. I think we should have sound. Do we have sound now? Hide on stream. I'm on screen. Okay. Do we have sound? Okay. I thought I was going to try to do something different. You know how that goes. Lord have mercy. I should know better. I wasn't even going to show my face tonight. And I thought, nah, I need to do that. Oh my God. How's everybody doing? Let me go ahead and thank you guys. It's a comedy hour. I'm telling you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself before I forget in case we have some new people on board. I'm Dawn Duvall. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I've been doing this craziness for 15 years and it's getting worse I should say that. Me and the technology piece was doing fine until I had to switch systems that I was using. In the system now, it's okay, but I don't particularly like it. I like the one I had before, but that's a whole nother story. So anyways, welcome everybody. Welcome. And this is why I call it the craziness, because you never know what you're going to sign into. You never know if I'm pulling my hair out, if I'm crying, if I'm laughing, or if I'm upside down in the pictures. So, but it's all about having fun. And that's what we're going to do. Let's see, what was I going to tell y'all? Let me think about this for a second. Oh, I live in Fort Myers, Florida, in case anybody wants to know. Our weather is doing pretty good, but now we're expecting some cool air this next week. So we'll see. Let's see, if you're new here and your first time watching me on Facebook, welcome. If you like what you're watching, make sure that you like and share your screen with others, the video. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're watching for the first time on my YouTube channel, welcome as well. Make sure that you subscribe and click the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So we are good. And we're going to do some fun things tonight. We're going to make a cute card using the Long Time No See stamp set. And then I'm going to show you all how to make a purse gift card. I've probably mentioned this to you all before. I'm doing a holiday bazaar a week from Thursday. So the 13th and the 14th, Thursday and Friday, at the church here in our community. And I've done them when I lived in the villages for 10 years. They had some very, very large craft shows that out of 30 some rec centers, they would pick like 3 to 4 of the largest ones. And you went on, to get in was a challenge. So I was able to do that for several years. And back then I had all of the stuff that I needed to set my table up and put everything out. So when we moved 3 years ago, I got rid of most of that stuff. And for the last, this year, people kept saying, why haven't you done the bazaar? Why haven't you done the bazaar? And I thought, okay, I'll do it. So I have been busting my patootie, and I will show you all some stuff next Tuesday. I've been making gift bags. I think I showed you those. The gift cards are one. I'm going to show you a box, a really cute box, and we'll make that one night. But anyways, I just made 12 reindeer. I will show you those only if my candy canes come in. If they don't, I'll show it to you anyways. But so I've been working my in between everything else. I've been doing that, trying to get ready for this craft fair. I don't know how many people they're going to have. I don't know how many, so I just want to be prepared. And of course, I've got all my cards that I'm going to sell, but I want to make sure I've got some gift bags for people and gift card holders, little treat things and all that mess. So that's what I've been working on. My life has been all encompassing trying to make stuff for this craft fair. So anyways, that's what's happening. So, hi, Linda. How are you? Oh, my God. I know it feels later than 7. It is. It's 8 o'clock, right? I swear the dog this morning, I went to bed at 9:30, which I normally stay up till 10 o'clock. Well, I usually go into the bedroom and then I get on my iPad for about an hour. So I usually go to bed about 11, which is normal for me. And then I usually get 6.5 hours sleep, and I'm okay with that. But last night I came in and I fell asleep earlier. Well, I woke up at 5:30 and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. So I thought, you know what? I can't go back to sleep. So I said, come on. Me and the dog got up. got dressed. We went for a walk. So we did that at 5:30, and it was a little breezy out today. So I had a scarf that I take and wrap around my neck. I wrapped it around my head like the ladies used to do back in the day. Good thing it was dark and nobody saw me. So, all right, welcome everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't know how long. Yep. Let's go ahead and get started because we do have things to cover, and I've got some coloring to do. I've got to get my. Let me get my. I need my trimmer because that's going to be important for this card that we're going to make. All right, I'm going to now flip the camera down so that y'all get to see the table. So give me just a minute and I'm going to flip it down. This is the part that I hate. Okay, everything's going to be backwards. Just give me a second. I'm going to flip it around. Maybe. Hang on. I got to flip. Why are you not flipping? Hang on. All right, give me a second. Why are you not flipping? Well, it doesn't want to cooperate now, does it? All right, let's see. We're not watching this backwards. I can tell you that right now. Let me see what's going on with my little. Oh, let me see if I'm hitting the right buttons. There we go. I guess I wasn't hitting them correctly. All right, give me a second. I just messed up my camera. All right, there we go. All right, let me find my piece of vellum because we need to have that to hide the, oh, here it is, to hide some of the light. So we're going to put this right here so we can kind of get rid of that. We'll put it right like that. We'll put this right here. Let me get this. I got it down too far. Hold on. See, this is why I don't like doing this because it just, anyways, it's okay. It will work. We're all good. It's only chilly in the morning though. I know. Okay. So this is, if you haven't seen the stamp set, if you happen to visit Stampin' Up's site periodically, you will find that you'll see some cards, and there's some really cute cards people are making out there. So I love this set because this, the llama and this thing, you can make them really long. And I saw a card that I really want to case. I really want to copy it. But anyway, so we have this little wiener dog, and he's got a sweater on. This is for the llama as well, or whatever this guy is. And then we've got Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Long Time No See, and Sorry I'm Behind. This is a photopolymer stamp. So this is what we're going to do. And let me show you the card we're going to make. And we're going to do some coloring. So here's the card. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we are going to use a cloud cover. And then we've got that, I think it's called Perfectly Plaid. It's an embossing folder that is it's a large one. They've just started coming out with these larger, like lengthwise. So you can get 2 sheets of 5, 5¼ by 4, 2 of those in that folder, and you can emboss them at the same time. Now this, I'm going to show you how we're going to make this frame. We're going to cut this frame out. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. And I have my instructions. So let me get those because I have to remember how to, the measurements for the, cutting this thing. Okay. So let's get started. I'm going to place this right here. Look, maybe not. Let's put it right there so you can kind of see him. Hopefully he's not in the way. We'll turn him like that. All right. So we are, let me move my stuff out of the way here. Okay, so we've got our cloud cover, and we've got all our little pieces here. I'm going to give you all of the measurements and everything here in just a second. Let me just put some of this stuff out of the way. Okay. All right, so I went ahead and, all right, so we've cut 8½ by 5½. We're going to fold it in half. It's already been scored. I'm going to pull in my bone folder and give it a good crease. I'm going to have to move the little doggy out of the way. We're going to give that a good crease. And then I went ahead and cut another piece at 4 by 5¼ and I did run it through that plaid. See how that is? Isn't that cute? I really like it. I really like this. So I'm going to put my adhesive. I'm going to use the liquid glue, and I'm going to kind of, lather it up. Not a lot, but you want to make sure you kind of get it in between all those little grooves right there. But this is going to make such a cute little card. I just think it's cute. And then I'm going to show you how you can cut this frame. All right, so let's get that on here. We're going to go ahead and glue him down because we can do that now. All right. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, we need my ruler because I got to show you. This is the inside piece, so we're going to save that because we're going to do some coloring. All right, we're going to need a piece of whatever color cardstock you want to use. I'm using Secret C. And this is, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can get my book so it doesn't fall. All right, this is 4.5 by 3.25. Okay, and then we've got a piece of basic white that is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Okay, now what we're going to do is we want to cut a 1/2 inch on all 4 sides to cut out the center to make the frame. Okay, so we're going to pull in our paper trimmer and we are going to do a 1/2 inch. All right, so on the trimmer, if you have a Stampin' Up trimmer, and I put tear tape under here so you can see on the side of the cutting blade, there's a ruler, right? So I'm going to use my blade and I'm going to monitor how far I go down to cut so I can cut my 1/2 inch all the way around. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so we know that we want to take and let me see. We want a 1/2 inch on all 4 sides, right? Okay, so we're going to come over here to a 1/2 inch. So there's my line for my 1/2 inch, right? Now I want to come up to a 1/2 inch on the trimmer. So I'm going to hold this up so I don't cut my paper. Let me get it so we all can see this and then I'll move it back. All right, sorry about that. All right, so I want to start this at the 1/2 mark right here. And there's a line where you can see on the trimmer that we're at a 1/2 inch. All right, so this is how you're going to do it. So we're lined up at a 1/2 inch on this side here. I'm coming up a 1/2 inch because I've got to allow for that not to cut, right? So this is, what did I say? This is 4.5. So I'm going to lay this down. I'm at the 1/2 inch and I'm going to cut it down to 4, right? So that leaves me my 1/2 inch opening so I can turn this, okay? So we're at a 1/2. So I'm going to bring this down and stop at the 4-inch mark, which is right there, okay? Now I'm going to flip this over and do the other side, and then we'll come back and do the end pieces. So I'm going to line it up again at the 1/2 inch right here. And then I'm at the 4-inch mark, right? So let me I've just moved it. Hang on. All right. So I'm at the 4-inch mark. Okay. So I'm going to now just go up to the 1/2 inch mark. And that way I'm leaving my 1/2 inch at the bottom so that we can make our frame. You with me so far? All right. Now we're going to turn this. I'm going to move it back to the 1/2 inch mark. And then I'm going to put this at a 1/2 inch right here, which is right there on the cutting blade. And we're going to pull this down. So this is, what did I say? All right. So this is 3 1/4. So we've taken a 1/2 away, right? So that makes it 2 3/4. But I need to come in. Let's see. So let's go. I think that should be right. I've got a 1/2. Yeah. Because this is 3 1/4, right? So I'm going to bring this down to 2 3/4. So I'm going to bring it down. There's 2 1/2. And then I'm going to get right to the 2 3/4 mark. And there's our cut right there. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing over here. So again, I'm lining it up at the 1/2 inch. Now I'm at the 2 3/4 mark. So I should be lined up with this cut right here. All right. So we're right there. And then I'm going to pull this down to the 1/2 inch I want to go, to the 1/2 inch, right? So we want to keep going until we get to the 1/2 inch. And I think I got a little bit more ways to go. All right, so there we are. We've got our frame. And I forgot to bring my sanding blade, but I think we'll be good. All right, so I didn't get it all the way to the end. Now this one I didn't push down hard enough. Hang on. Oopsie, I just put a new blade in here. I'm making a mess. I put a new blade in here, so I didn't push down hard enough. So let me get this lined up at the 1/2 inch again. And We're at a 1/2 inch. I'm just going to bring this through so I make sure I cut it all the way. There we go. Okay, so now we've got it cut. I didn't do that on all of them. I guess I was afraid to push down. All right, I'm going to come back. I'm just going to re-go over the lines again. So I'm at a 1/2 inch, and I can feel it cutting. So I'm going to come down to, okay, yeah, we're just going to come down a little bit more to the 4. All right, it's probably going to be a little scraggly, and that's my fault for, all right. Apparently, I didn't push hard enough on my blade. All right, so 1/2 inch. Now we're on this side, so we're going to come back. I can see that I just need to bring it, and sorry about this, you guys. I should have paid attention when I was cutting it. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to have some scraggly pieces here. I didn't bring my sanding block. See, I didn't push this down hard enough. Sorry about that. We're going to just go back over it again. Should have brought an extra piece. All right, so I'm going to put this at the 4-inch mark because that's where we are. And we're just going to cut it. I'm just going to push down a little bit harder so we can get it cut through. Normally, it's not like this. I just didn't cut it, push down hard enough. And there we go. We've got our frame. Now, this we don't need, so I'm not going to worry about the threads hanging off on that one, but we'll keep that for a scrap. Okay, so let me move the trimmer out of the way. And hang on a second. Let me put that right over here. We'll just stick it down. Hang on. I don't have a big table in here, and it drives me crazy because when you know, y'all that have been following me for a while knew I had that place. I had a nice little thing. I had a nice gig going on over there. Okay, so I usually use a sanding block if I need to get rid of some of the little scraggly things. And I see this little piece right here. I'm just going to snip that off. It's just a little piece of the cardstock where it didn't get cut through all the way. So I'm just going to take that off. All right, so that's how you're going to make a frame, okay? And again, if I had my sanding block, I would come in here and just sand it down a little bit. And it's like a nail file sanding block, I think, or you can get them at the hardware stores. Okay, so now this is going to go on here. We're not going to do it yet. I'm going to trim this white down. I think I forgot my pencil. Hang on. Let me run. I forgot my pencil. Hang on a minute. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll be right back. I got to get my pencil. You can't come in, Rosie. Okay, sorry about that. My pencil was hiding. Sorry. Okay, I brought the sanding block while I'm here. So this is what I use, and I just take it and kind of, go like that over the trash can and just try to get some of those little scraggly pieces off, okay? All right, now, this white piece is a little bit, I cut it a little bit big, so I'm going to trim this down, and I'm not going to worry about it being straight because it's going to be hidden. So I'm just going to cut this off, and I'll tell you why in just a second. I don't want it to show through. So once I get this on here, and we're going to have it lined up. All right. And we can always trim it again. Let me trim a little bit more. That way we'll know it's going to fit and we don't have to worry about it. So you might want to trim it down. I might have cut that a little bit bigger than I should have. Let me move this over here. Okay. So that eventually is going to get glued down. But what we want to do right now is we're going to take our pencil and we're going to take the pencil and we are going to draw And then I didn't bring my other eraser, but anyways, we're just going to make a little pencil mark in the corners is what I'm doing. And you can make it as big as you want. We're going to erase these eventually, but this is to show us where our frame is so that when we start to stamp, we don't go outside of our frame area. Okay. So there's my 4 corners. So I know I can't go out of that area unless I want to go outside of that area. All right. Does that make sense? So you can see the pencil marks. See that? So this is my frame that I got to keep my stamping in. All right, we're going to use Secret C, and I'm going to take the wiener dog. Let's move that out of the way. And we're going to ink him up, and we're going to stamp him on here, and then we're going to do some coloring. All right, so I know that I got to keep everything in here in that line. So I'm going to get his tail. It's probably going to go, if you look on this one, it's very close to the edge. So I'm going to make sure I'm in the bottom, I'm in the top, and I've got him going. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of a twist because I don't want him standing like straight. So I'm going to tilt him just a little bit. And I'm trying to make sure I've got my feet in there and his nose. I think I'm good. Yep, we are. All right, so we're going to push him down. And I'm going to get him on there really good. Okay. Last time I didn't get one of his feet. All right, so there we go. Now we can do our coloring. And I'm going to stamp our happy, happy, happy. So you'll want to erase your pencil marks. I normally have a better eraser, one of those ones that are the long, it's like a rectangle one, but I'll erase this the best I can. And if I have to come back after it's made and kind of go through it. So I'm going to just take that off. All right. And we're going to get rid of those because we don't want those to be seen. And I doubt if anybody's going to really see them, but you know, if you don't want those marks to be seen, then just get a good eraser. I thought I had you know me, I always forget something. I thought I had everything packed. Okay. And then I was out there, my husband was in the kitchen. I said, "Where's my pencil? I can't find it." Okay. All right. So there is the doggy. So now we're going to color this little puppy dog. Hang on. I see a piece of, I just don't want all of this because I don't want it to be seen. Okay. So now we're going to do some coloring and then we'll stamp. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to stamp. We're going to stamp happy, happy, happy. And so what I'm going to do, you can mask your stamp, which means you can cover up the piece of wording that you don't want to be seen. But with this stamp, it's photopolymer and I can see through it. So I can literally see what I need to do without masking the bottom part. So I can just lightly tap and I've got the word happy. Can you see that? So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. I'm going to stamp that now. I'm going to stamp one there. Okay. And I'm going to come back and ink it again. All right. Now I got to be careful because I see I just put a little spot right there on the top of the D for birthday. All right. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to stamp happy again. I'm just moving it over to the left a little bit. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to move the happy. Now this one I got a little bit too low, but that's okay. We're going to put happy right here. So he's going to give you 3 happies. All right. So we got happy, happy, happy. All right. So now I can close this up for now. Now we are going to do some more coloring again. And let's see. Hang on a minute. Let me get my desk organized over here. I got to get my ink cleaning pad open. And we'll clean this off real quick. Okay. I don't think I need this anymore. Nope, I don't. Okie doke. We will use that stamp again. Okay, so now we're going to do some coloring. You can choose whatever colors you want. Oh, you know what? I did it again. I forgot the color of the dog. Hang on a second. Good Lord. Made sure I had all my colors except for the dog. Jeez. I know. I don't have 67. You'd think I'm going on 87. All right. So we're going to color the dog in pecan pie. So let's go ahead and get that going. And I don't want the fat tip. I'm going to use the thin tip because we've got some small areas that we need to get into. So we're going to go ahead and get the dog colored in. And I always go just around an outline before I start coloring so that I don't go out of the lines. So this part is probably going to take a little bit. Plus, we're also going to color. We're going to do the inside of the card, which I did not show you that. So I'll show you that in just a few minutes when we get there. And then let me go ahead and outline all of this, and then I can start coloring. So I just, now I'm about sweat to death from running. And believe me, since we moved here, we've downsized. And this place is not as big as what our other house used to be. But it's comfy, and that's all that matters. So I'm just going to go through here for now and just try to get everything outlined. And I'm doing this in the light. I don't know if I'll use any dark. I might around his tail, maybe, and on his mouth. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just color. I'm using the small tip. It's just easier when you're working with small areas. And if you leave a little bit of white showing through, that's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because the dogs aren't going to always be perfect color, right? And then we'll just color his little rear end here. And you can use the big tip if you want to. It'd be, you know, sometimes it's easier because you can knock this out in a couple of swipes, but that's okay. All right, so we got the dog colored. And let's do that. I'm going to come in. I think I'm going to make his tail just a little darker. And I want to make the mark. I'm just going to put a little shadowing right up here in the tail area. And then I'm going to do his little smile right there for that to stand out. That's all. Okay. All right, now we're going to do our coloring. And this shouldn't take too long. I just have to decide. I did different colors than I did on that one. So I think I'm going to do, let me see. How do I want to do this? I think, let me see what colors. I had it in mind because I got two really strong colors. I'm thinking I'll do the pool party in between the two. I think that's what I'll do. I was going to color that, but I don't think I need to do that. So let's start with the blue. This is Blueberry Bushel, and this is a light color. So I'm going to color. I probably should have done the other cards so we could have just colored them all at the same time. Now, since I got three colors, I'm going to skip 2 squares. I'm going to come back to the third and color. And after I color this, well, it's all right. We'll color again. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So he's going to be up here on this collar right here. And yeah, I'm just going to turn it. The glass table, I normally am on my desk and I'm not leaning on the glass table, but that's okay. All right, so now we can just color this in. And I just picked these colors. I looked at the color guide, and I just thought, let's see what goes with. I wanted to do the pink, so let's see what goes with that pink. All right. So there's that one. Now we're going to do pool party because I want the lighter color in between the two. So now I'll come in with pool party, and I'm just going to color the next square. And I think this is the dark. I did do the dark pool party for this. I just love this color. And then that's going to be the berry burst. So I'm going to put pool party here. Oh, I think that's going to look nice. He's going to be a snazzy little dog. And then we're going to bring this down here, right? And I think that's part of his leg. So I need to go back. Wait, let me think about this. Yeah, I think that's part of his, I think the sweater. His sweater is going to be down to his ankle. We're going to pretend. So I'm going to color, I'm going to make this, it's probably his foot. But it's got the line there, so I'm assuming we're just going to color it. And then that's going to mean blue. And then this up here is going to be the pool party. So we're going to do his little sweater collar. All right, so we're going to color that. I know I've been running back and forth. We might end up going over, guys, just to let you know. Okay, then we're going to come in with Berry Burst. Yeah, we're probably going to go over because I'm just getting started and it's 7:30. Hopefully y'all don't mind. All right, so we're going to just color. And we're going to do some more coloring too, but it shouldn't take that long. I should have done them at the same time, but I wasn't thinking. And we're just going to color here. All right. Okay. Oh, I know. Isn't this a cute stamp? It's really a cute stamp. I sent a bunch of I made birthday cards for the month of November. Several of the ladies are dog people, so I made them this card for their birthdays. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to add this. Let me get that little piece of fuzz out of the way. All right, so now we're going to adhere this down on the card. All right, so I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. I'm going to use my seal, and I'm going to, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to do the glue because I want to be able to move it. So we'll put some of the liquid glue down here. I think I did the other, but that's okay. We're going to do liquid glue just so that we can move it if we have to. All right, so I'm going to bring this up, and then we're going to put this on here. And where's my scratch paper? Let's just use that so I don't get glue. Oh, you know what? Hang on a minute. Hang on. I got my little mat right here. Okay. So we're going to put the dog down there, and we're going to lay this over top and make sure no white shows. If it does, then we're just going to trim it. I think that looks good. All right. So that's how we make our frame for our dog. Isn't that cute? Okay. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to pop him up on dimensionals. So he's going to get dimensionals added to him. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And then we're going to work on the inside because he's on the inside of the card as well. And then I'll show you, because I didn't show you that. So I'll show you that here in just a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and put him on the front. And we'll get moving on this one so we can get to the gift card. Because with the holidays coming up, I mean, obviously it's going to have to be for girls or women, because unless you have boys that want a purse, that's fine. With a gift card, you could kind of make it manly, make it like a backpack or something. All right, so I'm going to put this on here at an angle just to give it something different. So I'm just going to angle it like that, okay? And then we're going to come back and we're going to add the ribbon and some bling bling. All right, now for the inside of the card, this is what I did because I didn't show you. We have him half off, and then we did the happy, 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 and then did birthday. He is standing on the B, but I didn't get it quite close enough. But isn't that cute? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to stamp the dog one more time, and then we're going to do a little bit more coloring, and we'll knock it out in no time. Now this one, I think I'm going to have his butt coming off a little bit more on, let me get my paper. I think I'm going to have him coming off a little bit more. So let me just get him inked up. So we're going to add him. I think I'll just have his little kind of and he's at an angle. Oh, and you know what? Let me flip that over. I don't like that. I need to bring it up higher because I want to put the birthday underneath. So let's do it. Let's do it about like that. Okay. I want to make sure we get a good impression on him. There we go. All right, so we've got that there, and I'm going to do the inking part last. I'll do the birthday thing last. So let's go ahead and do some quick coloring again on the doggy. We're going to do the light. I don't have to worry about his tail. So we're just going to, come in and color. And then once we get done, we'll stamp our sentiment. I hear my dog outside clicking her feet. She wants to come in, but if I let her in, she's going to be a pain in the you-know-what, because she'll want to go out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and I can't deal with that. I need a revolving door. All right, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to do the same thing with the dog. All right. It really is fun. And the nice thing too, if you like to color, you know, when you're not feeling rushed, you can kind of just take your time. I find it very relaxing. I try to take my watercolor pencils. I have a small a book. It's a smaller book that I can take for coloring. And I'll use my watercolor pencils and I'll just sit. Sometimes I'll do it at home, but usually if we're traveling, I'll bring that with me just so that I can sit and relax. And I can get my little crafting, you know, on. All right, and then we got to do this paw right here. So we got to make sure we get his paw. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then let's go back and do our coloring again. We're going to do the same thing because it's the same dog, right? 3, so we want to come down here. I swear, I think my husband thinks he's in a movie theater with that TV on. My office now is in what they call the morning room. It's like a breakfast area. So it's right next to the kitchen. And our living room is, let me think, 1, 2, is at the other end. And I have to look at him and go, I don't have doors, so you need to turn the TV down. I told him I was going to start putting signs up to not talk to me while I'm in there because he comes in. I don't have doors. I told him I was going to get a room divider and put up, which meant to kind of hide me so you don't talk to me. I said, I'm just going to start. I'll just get, I'm just going to put a sign up, say, do not disturb, you know, because it's easy to come in and talk to somebody. And then I'm trying to get stuff done and I can't do it. The bedroom is big enough that he's got the desk in there. And let me think, I got to keep the, anyways, which he can look out over the golf course and the water. And, you know, I don't have that luxury. I'm looking at the back. I'm looking into the kitchen. And so I can't hide. So, all right, let's see. And this one up here is going to be pool party. All right. So, anyways, it's just, you know, when our cousin left and I couldn't use his place anymore from a studio, it really was very sad. It was a sad day for me. Oh, look, I almost forgot to do this part of his sweater. Isn't that cute? I just love this. Okay. Oh, get him headphones for Christmas. Oh, like, or what, like, are they wireless? Because I might have to do that. If they're wireless, Karen, do you guys have those or something? If you do, let me know. Send me a link or something. Message me. That would be awesome. Because I swear this afternoon, he was in there watching some show and I walked in there and I said, are you in a movie theater or what? Because I'm trying to concentrate. I was making my reindeer and I had to tie a bunch of bows. I had to cut all the bodies out. I'll show you my reindeer. I'll show them to you Tuesday. Hopefully I have them. If I don't have them, anyway, if I don't have my candy canes, then y'all can just you'll just have to visualize. Okay, so we got the dog there done, right? Okay, so we're done with that. Now we got to ink it up because now we got to say happy birthday, right? So good thing I moved him up because we need more room. All right, so remember, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so now we have to flip this birthday stamp around, right? So we're going to stamp that. We're going to move it around. And now I'm just going to ink up the birthday part. Oh, wait, I'm going to do happy. No, I'm going to do birthday first because I'm going to get that on his foot. So I got to make sure I get, and that's the nice thing about the photopolymer is you get to see what you're, and I'm trying to ink up just the top parts. Okay, I think we're good. So now I'm going to line this up like he's stepping on the word birthday. And I'm going to try to get it a little closer. And I'm going to put it at an angle. And if I don't get it right, it's okay. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. Oh, except for my D for Dave. But that's all right. No big deal. We're not going to worry about that. I could probably come over here and hang on. Let me see if I can fix that. No, I don't want to mess with it because you know what will happen, right? We try to mess with it. It's going to screw it up. All right. Now I'm going to come back and do happy, happy, happy again like we did before. Now you don't have to do it this way. You can stamp yours however you want it. But I'm going to, now I cleaned this off and hopefully I cleaned it good. Actually, let's put a little piece of paper here just in case. All right, so I'm going to do a happy, I'm going to start one right about here. Okay, whoops. And then we're going to ink it up again. All right, and then we're going to come in here. I'm going to go up a little bit because I'm a little low. So let's go over here a little bit. And then we're going to bring one more down and we'll put that one right about here. And then you have some room. You can write all around the dog, right? Isn't that cute? And I'll take the marker and I'll try to fill that in. So that shouldn't be a big deal. No biggie. All right. So now we can go ahead and get this guy added to the inside of our card. And that one will be done and we'll start on our gift card. I do not have them. You don't have what? Oh, the watercolor pencils. I love those things because there's two sets. There's one that comes with, I think there's 14 or 12 something. I can't remember. No, 15. And then the other one comes with 10. All right. But isn't that the cute? Oh, wait, we're not done. We got to do our twine. Excuse me. Hang on a minute. And we got to put some little blingies on here. All right, guys, we're going to get this done. Where are my glue dots? I better have glue dots in them. Oh, there they are. Got to have glue dots. Okay. All right. So we're going to do a quick bow. And actually, we're going to do a double bow. Makes it look prettier. So I'm just going to fold that over. I'm going to snip that. I don't think I need my scissors. And then we're going to do a double bow. And then we're going to add him on here. All right, so we're going to pull this through. Now we're going to make it smaller, obviously. Hang on a minute. Okay, so this is the part I'm going to cut. That's going to be the tail, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. This is, part of the tail. And I think that's probably good. So I'm going to snip that. Actually, let me get my ribbon scissors because these aren't. All right, so I'm going to pull this down. And let me tighten this. This might be a little bit too big. Hang on. So we're going to pull this down a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to trim it off camera so I can get it in the trash can. All right. And then we're going to use a glue dot that are here. I just had them, didn't I? I did. Where did the glue dots go? Did I just not pull those suckers out? All right. Well, guess what? They're probably right in front of my face, but I'm not going to worry about it because time is of the essence. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue, and I'm going to put it right about here. So hopefully we'll just get it on there. Get a little dab right there. And we're going to stick the bow on there. And then that should hold it in place. We'll pop that down just like that. Let it sit for a second. And then we'll add some rhinestones just to give it a little pizzazz. So we'll put one over here. There's a large one. And then I'm going to put these little tiny ones. Let's put one over here by the tail. Oh, we don't want to put it there. Let's put it right in between here. We'll put one that, whoops. Put one right there. And then we'll do one more because you got to have 3. And we'll just put that one right there. How's that? Okay, there is our doggy card for happy birthday. And we can cut those tails down too because they're a little bit long. So we can just trim those up just a little bit. And snippy, snippy. All right, so there you go. Isn't that cute? Don't you like that? I just love this. I just love that card. I just think it's a fun card. Okay, so there's the dog card. I'm going to put him off to the side for just a minute. Okay, let me grab the materials that we need for the next set. And I'm going to switch out. So give me just a minute while I get all the stuff out that we need. I'm going to put all this stuff back in here. I don't need that. I can clean up that part of my desk. And then that way, okay, so we're going to make a Christmas gift card. And I think that's all we need right now. Let's see. Okay, so let me show you. Let me get all my, oh, I need my ink. Hold on. It's right. Ooh, got it right here. So we're going to use some cherry cobbler. This is from the traditional, paper is from the traditional Christmas. So let me show you the gift card holder. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so here's the gift card holder. This one I did in Old Olive and cherry cobbler. Oh, well, yeah, I got the ribbon. And then you open it up and look at that. We have made a slot. And this says from me to you, which you can pull out, write your message, and then on the back is room for a gift card. Isn't that the cutest little thing? And then I used, oh, you know what? I didn't bring the glue dots. Pardon me. I'm not going to go get them, but these are the not glue dots, Velcro dots. So I forgot to bring those. I'm not going to get up because I've already done that too many times. I'm not going to hold y'all up. So that's what I did. You can order those online. I believe they're 3/8 of an inch, if I'm not mistaken. And that will shut it. And so there it is. Isn't that cute? All right. So that's what we're going to make. All right. So now let me get my instructions, because this one, I got it's just the folding part. I have to get the scoring down. Mini purse gift card. Okay, because I can't remember. I found this in my desk when I was cleaning. I was looking for something and I found 2 of these gift cards that I had made last year, and I put them in the back of my drawer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be perfect for the craft fair. And I thought, oh, since I've already made making them, I might as well make them for you guys. Okay, so this is what we need. We need our paper trimmer back, so we got to do some scoring. Okay, so let me give you the pieces and the sizes, all right? So our DSP is 6 by 10, okay? And we're going to do some scoring, so let me go ahead and do that now. So 6 by 10. And we're going to score, first thing we're going to do is we're going to score down the middle at 3 inches. Okay, so we want to line this up at 3 inches. And I know this is kind of busy. So we're going to line this up at 3 inches, and we're just going to score right down the middle. Okay. All right, then we're going to turn it, and we're going to score. We're going to score at 3 inches. So wait a minute, I gotta lift up my arm because I need, yeah, hang on. I gotta make room on the desk. Okay, we're gonna score on the long side. We're gonna flip it around now. So we're gonna score this at 3 inches. I'm gonna make sure I'm lined up straight at 3. So we're gonna do 3 inches here, and then we're gonna slide it down to 7. Okay, and we're gonna score at 7 inches there, okay? All right, so let me move this out of the way. All right, move that. And then you're going to have a piece of cardstock. Whoops, I need that back because we got to score again. I forgot. All right, and we're going to do all our scoring first. So now I need a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. And then this, we're going to score. All right, so again, the cardstock 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and we're going to score at 3 1/4. Oh, hang on, let me get my cutting blade out of the way. All right, we're going to score at 3 1/4. We're going to score at 3 3/4. We're going to score at 4 1/4. We're going to score at 4 3/4. And then we're going to score at 5 1/4. Okay, so that's going to be our card. And we're going to fold all this in just a minute. Okay. All right. Then the next thing, I don't need that anymore. Then the next thing you're going to need is 2 coordinating cardstocks that are, let's see, what size are these? 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 by 2 3/8. And then you're going to need 2 basic whites, which are 3 1/2 by 2 1/8. And then this will be on the front of the card, which is my DSP, where are you? 4 by 3. So this is 4 by 3. And then you want something for the top. I chose one of the corner, the, the corner, what's the name of it's the corner that, oh my God, it's the corner dies, and they're I think there's about 5 different sizes. This is the third one from the third one down from the largest. And then this, we're just going to fold it in half. And if you want to be exact, we can go ahead and score that. So let's do that now. We'll just go ahead and score this in half. So it's going to be kind of half. I'm just looking at it's a little bit off on each end on the 1 inch mark. So I'm just going to lay it at the top and just get it as close as I think is in the center. You can fold it in half if you want to do it that way too, but we'll just go ahead and put it on here and score it. And then that's all, or fold it in half, whichever works. Okay, that's off a little bit, so we'll just fold it. Okay, so that's what we got to do there. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and fold our cardstock. So we want to fold in, let me see, we want to fold this one out. I'm just going to fold them and then we'll go in. So just fold, we'll go back and crease them, and then I'll show you which direction they need to go. I'm just folding them right now so we can get it so it's right. Now this one, all right, so we're going to fold and crease it. All right, so we're going to give this a crease, and then we're going, and you'll see what's going to happen is this is going to be our card that's going to fold up on this side. So we're going to line this up, and our actual gift card is going to be underneath. So that one's going to fold up. This one's going to go down because this is going to be a flap that we're going to staple together. And then this one's going to fold up, down that way like that. And then we're going to fold this one back up. Hopefully you can see. I know it's dark paper. Sorry about that. This one we're going to fold up. So let's get this together. And then this one, we're going to close it. So we're going to lay it down flat, and then it's going to go just like that. You may have to, line it up just a little bit. All right, so, and I'll show you just a second once we get in here. I'm just going to go in here and burnish all these edges. And let's flip it over. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so you've got the score. So this will come up. This is going to be a mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Okay, and then this is going to get folded and go in there. Okay, so that's the base. All right, we're going to leave that right there. Now we're going to take this piece, and after we've scored it, so now I'm going to fold this in half. This is the 3 inch mark, right? And then I'm going to fold these corners where we folded or scored them. Oops, hang on. Let me find my score lines. We're going to fold that there, and then we're going to fold this one here. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut down and you can use your scissors or the trimmer. We're only going to cut down to the score line, cut these in half. Okay. So we're going to come in, and we could probably do it on the paper trimmer, but I'm going to just go down. My finger right here is on the score line where we folded, where we scored it. So I'm going to cut down right to there. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on this end, right? So there's my score. And I'm going to cut this up on the score line to that second fold, which is right. Hang on, I got to get my scissors in here. Right there. All right. So this is what it's going to look like. We've got flaps on both ends, right? Okay. So now we're going to fold, and we're going to take the inside, and we're just going to fold it even with the score line. You can put your finger there. So it's this blue line right here. I'm going to lay this here, hold it down, and then squish it so we can get it flat. Okay. And then I'll come back with a bone folder. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. So there's my blue score line where the line is. And I'm going to line that up there. And we're going to go like that. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing at the other end. Okay. So we're going to take, and I'm going to fold this one. Now this is the red line because I can feel my score there. So we're going to fold that like that. Okay. And then we'll come back and do this side. All right. Again, it's on the red. So we want to get it lined up on that score line and fold it. Okay. And then we're going to give it a good burnish. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to flip this over. Oh, wait a minute. I got to think about this. Hang on. This is where I got confused the last time. Let me see. I know it's, hang on. I have to think through this so we don't, oh, here we go. We're going to fold it in half. No, we're not doing that. It's this way. It's this way. Oh, I knew I was going to, hang on. I have to think through this. Hold on. All right, this goes, I know, here I'm doing it. Oh, here we go. We're going to fold it backwards. Okay. All right. So we've got them folded in, right? We're going to flip it over, fold these guys back like that. And then we fold it in half. There we go. Okay. I'll do it one more time. All right. I had to stop and think for a minute. Okay. Here's where we folded, right? So we're going to flip it over, fold these in, fold this in, fold this in. Our crease is right there, right? When our score line. Now we're going to fold it like that. And that's all we have to do. And then this is going to go inside of here, and we're going to staple it, and then we're going to glue it in. Okay. So we'll put this in here, right? So you don't have to glue these down. You can if you want to, but you don't really need to. So I'm going to place these in here, and it's going to have a small amount from each end. So I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to staple. Well, first I'm going to put some adhesive on it, and then I'm going to staple it. So we're going to put, because if you can see, let me see if I can take this apart a little bit. I'm going to come in and staple the one inside right here, and then we're going to add some adhesive to hold it together. So I'm going to do the stapler first because I think that's going to be important, and then we'll glue it down, and then we'll decorate. Okay. So we're going to come in, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it right here, and I'm going to bring my stapler in. Hang on. Let me get my fingers in the right spot so I can see what I'm doing here. There we go. All right. So I'm going to come in and just do a staple, and it doesn't matter because they're both on each side. So I've got a little stapler, and I'm going to staple and right through here. Now, if you want to put some adhesive on here, we can do that as well. Let's do that. Let's put some seal on this part because we want this to stick. We're gonna staple this together, right? And then we're gonna fold these down and glue those two. So we can go ahead. We can put a little bit of seal here. Let's do that. And then we're going to add the staple. Then we're going to staple. Let's get this in here. I'm not going to glue that yet. I know I'm making it look harder than it is, but it's not really that hard. Okay, I've got it lined up where I want it. Okay. And then I'm going to come in. I've got some glue on that side. I'm going to staple this first. All right. I'm going to put like 4 to 5 staples in here. because I want it to hold that in place. And this is going to be hidden. All right. And we're going to hide that. If I can get it. Hang on. Whoops. I didn't feel like that one went through. This is probably where that fold is. All right. So hang on. There we go. Well, that one doesn't want to go in very well, does he? Let's move him over. We'll just move it over one. That's probably where it's the thicker part, where it's been folded with both of the things. All right, so we're going to, there we go. And then we'll do one more. Come on, Bubba. Well, now my stapler doesn't want to cooperate. All right, let's try this again. Let's push it down this way. All right, we'll do that. There we go. And then we'll do one more. Okay, now we've got the staple in there. All right, so now we're going to fold this back, and then we're going to fold this side up. And then this one, I'm going to put some adhesive on it as well, because we want to hide these staples. You can use tear and tape or whatever kind of tape. Now, you may have to put something, you may want to put something on it to hold it down that's heavy, so it will hold it for a little while, because it's going to pop off, because it's kind of thick right here. Now, you can, if you want to, you could probably put a staple on the outside, but then it kind of takes away from the card. So this may not stick right now. What I normally do is I'll put you can use tear and tape, but I think this might be better. You can put, I usually put like a block, a heavy punch on this. That way I know that it's going to hold it down, and it sets it overnight. Okay. All right. So now we've got the gift card together, and then you can see our inside pockets. All right. So we're going to take and decorate the front. Let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to decorate the front of our card, and this is the easy part. And we'll just go ahead and add, I'm going to put the same designer paper side. That's on the inside. We're going to put that on the outside as well. All right. And we're just going to line that up. And it really doesn't matter which side you want to be your front. So I'm just going to lay this on here. All right. So far, so good. All right. Gift cards are on your list. There you go. All right. And then we're going to take and we're going to adhere. Well, you know what? We don't need two of those. We only need one. You only need one of these, because the gift card is going to go in the back of the other one. I don't know why I was thinking, yeah, we don't need two. We just need the one. All right. So this one we're going to take, and we're going to, I'm going to stamp from me to you. So give me just a second. We're going to do that. Oh, I do need the hole puncher. Dag nabbit. I knew I needed the hole puncher, and I took it away. All right. Hang on. Whoops, it's going to be upside down. And I'm going to do this in red so we can see it. From me to you. And this is what I'm going to put on the front, okay, inside card. I don't know why I made two of those. I knew I needed that little hole puncher because I got to get my ribbon into the thing. What I was thinking. All right, so I may have to run back and get the little hole puncher so I can punch a hole for the ribbon. All right, so we're going to put this on here. All right, so that's where you can write your little note to whomever. Okay, so that's going to slide right down inside of there, and then your gift card will go right back in there. Okay, so far so good. All right, now we're going to, I knew I needed a hole punched. All right, give me a second. All I got to do, I know where it's at. I got to go get the hole puncher. Okay, the dog's coming in. You need to lay down. We can't play. Lay down. Sit down. Okay. All right, so we're going to punch a hole in this thing. And I know I don't have this even, which is fine. So I'm going to place, and you can do it either way. I'm going to place, this is going to be the top part. So if you want it, if you want more hanging on the front, Then the back, it's up to you, or you can make it even. I'm not going to worry about it, okay? So we're going to poke some holes so we can put some ribbon. And this is one of the 3-hole punch, 3 little miniature punches that we have that you can get through Stampin' Up. And I'm just going to poke a hole. The dog is on the pillow of the bed. I'm just going to poke a hole just somewhere right over in this area. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And then I'm going to push one right about here. Try to get it in the right. I'm trying to line up with this here so I can punch the hole. All right. And then I'm going to bring in some of the Secret C. And we're going to feed that through. And then I'm going to put tear and tape over top of this. I'm going to glue it down and then put some tear and tape. Hang on a minute. I got to fight with this. I apologize, you guys, for getting up and down and all around. I thought I was prepared. I guess I better pay attention. I'm telling you, this craft fair has got me all, you get all worked up when you're trying to do something, right? All right, so we're going to poke this thing. It's going to go through here. It's just going to take a minute to get it in. And we'll just grab our little scissors and try to pull it through. We'll get it through. I should get my tweezers. That would probably, there we go. All right, so I'm going to just take a little piece like that, and I'm going to glue this. I'm going to put it down here on seal, and then I'm going to cover it with tear and tape because I think that will help to hold it. I think that will probably hold it as well. All right, and then I'm just gauging how much I think I want to have for my handle. So, you might want to have what? Let's just cut it right about there. If it's too long, we'll just trim it off. Let's do, because you don't want a big old handle. Let's just cut it right there. All right, move that out of the way. Rosie. Lord, crazy dog. Okay. So let's get this twisted in. It's such a cute, and these are going to make such nice gifts. And you can make this kind of like a wallet if you want for a guy. Don't put any ribbon. You don't need a handle on it, right? Just you can make it more masculine if you want to decorate it more. Hang on a second, you guys. I'm trying to feed this through without twisting, without it being quite so feminine. You can make it for a guy. Probably make it look like a wallet somehow. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably good. All right, so let's get this. Let me twist this around. And we're going to get that flat. Let's put some seal right here as well. We'll lock that down. And then we can put a piece of tear tape over it as well, just to try to hold it in place. So let's do that. I did bring a piece. I'm just going to put it on top, just a sliver, if I can get it off. And then that way we know it's going to hold it and cover it so it doesn't move. All right, so we're just going to do that because you're not going to see it anyways. All right, and just try to get your ribbon as flat as you can. Let me trim that off because we don't want that in the way. Okay. All righty. And then we're going to take that and we're going to attach it. Actually, I probably should have put the glue. Well, we'll just take this off because we can use that. We're going to put adhesive all around because we got to stick the thing on here. I wasn't thinking about that, was I? So let's get the tear tape back. I mean, the seal. Hang on. You know how you try to peel these off? And I'm pulling up the glue piece. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's put some seal because this is what we want to seal to the back of our gift card holder. We don't want it to come off. And I think that'll be fine. I think that's going to work. Okay, there we go. All right. So we've got our gift card. We're going to lay this down here. And we're just going to pop that right on the back. And actually, it's easier if you just do it like this. We're only going to do the back. So we're going to lay it down, try to get it where it's somewhat centered. There's not much on each side. We want to give it room to fold. So let's move it up just a little bit. And we're going to push that down. Okay. All right. And then we're going to pull that up. And we're going to, whoops, seeing how this is coming undone. So we want to make sure that we maybe put like a clip on it to hold it down. And then this is going to fold over. And then we're going to add a piece of some bling on here. And we're just going to make it look like we have a button to it. And then obviously we would have our Velcro piece that you would want to put on there or something that's going to hold it. And then there is your gift card holder. So you open it up and there it is from me to you. And then the back side would be where you would put your gift card. So it would slide right down in there just like the front. Isn't that the cutest thing? Okay, so this we need to hold down. Now, if y'all have a better idea of how to get this to hold, probably need to put like some paper clip or something on it to hold it in place. I use the punch to hold it down, but it still wants to come up every now and then. So maybe some other stronger type of glue. And of course, put your 3/8 of an inch Velcro circle. So there you go. Isn't that the cutest thing? Okay, guys, let's see. How late am I? Well, we're only 15 minutes afterwards. Let me bring in the card to show you. And thank you, everybody, for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way so we can see. And let me bring the card in that we made. And all right, so here's our gift card. Let me move all this mess. And there is our card, the happy birthday card with the doggy in the center, standing on the birthday. I thought that was the cutest thing. And then here's our gift card. And this would actually, let me put a little, well, I thought, oh, there's my glue dots. They're hiding over here. I'm going to put a little glue dot on this just for now, just so it shuts. That way, I'll remove it, but that way you can see it with it closed. Okay. So we'll put a little, there we go. Put a little glue dot on it. All right. So there are our cards and our little gift card. Isn't that precious? Don't you love this? Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Possum. You are so funny, Karen. Thank you, everyone, so much for taking time out of your Tuesday evening to spend time with me and my craziness. And today has actually been a little bit more crazier. I'm usually not that. I know I'm forgetful sometimes, but not as bad as I was today. But thank you again. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know what my schedule is this week, so I guess I'm not even sure if I haven't put it in my calendar yet. Stay tuned to my Facebook page. You will be notified when something comes out. Yeah, I have a Shell Point class on Friday, so we don't have anything this Friday. So I will see you all next Tuesday evening, and then we'll get back into doing our Fundamental Fridays and our sketch. So until next week, have a great week. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you next Tuesday. And hopefully I'll have my reindeers finished so you can see my reindeers. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. In the meantime, thanks again. I apologize for being 15 minutes over. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you all have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Bye now.